Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Right now at 5, House lawmakers decide not to meet today amidst increased security and a warning from the FBI and Homeland Security of extremist threats. The significance of March 4th and where the debate over stimulus checks stands as the Senate pushes on. Local officials, organizations, and family members joined together to call for a stop to the violence at a vigil for a local mother who was gunned down at a memorial at a park. It's back to school again for a local district. We're live as teachers and staff prepare to welcome back students in person. This is Thursday, March 4th, 2021. Good morning. Good to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen, and Nicole Gitsky will be joining us shortly. But first, we're talking your forecast as we inch a little closer to that weekend. And we had some cloud cover up in the mountains yesterday. Kev?
Yeah, we had some clouds here in the valley as well, up in the mountains. And today we're looking at clearer skies and even a little bit warmer here the next couple of days. As we take you outside and show you the satellite and radar, there's nothing to show you. Yesterday we had plenty of clouds by the afternoon, and we even had a little bit of moisture into some of our areas, but no measurable rain or anything like that. As we take a look at the temperature right now, 42 degrees, a south-southeast wind at 7 miles per hour. And you can see sunny skies throughout the day here, and we will be back into the lower 70s, so that'll be really nice. As we take a look at the mountains, we've got a current temperature right now at 30 degrees. Definitely grab a jacket. I've headed out the door under clear skies, a calm wind, and the strongest of the winds, and they're not even that bad, right around 20 to 25 over the grapevine at this time. And you can see hour by hour here, we will rise right near 60 throughout the afternoon. I've got more in your forecast, and we're talking about the chance of rain and possibly even mountain snow coming up.
All right, thanks, Kev. Making news across the nation in Washington, House lawmakers finished their work early and scrapped plans to meet today over a threat to the U.S. Capitol. The debate over COVID relief money, including your $1,400 stimulus check, will happen, but it may be delayed. Tracy Potts has the story.
Hi, Maddie. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. The Senate's working today, but the House shut down after new intelligence warnings that Trump supporters and extremists might try to storm the Capitol again today.
The bill is passed.
The House of Representatives scrambling overnight to approve a voting rights bill and the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act.
We cannot accept this epidemic of injustice.
Both votes were scheduled for today, but the House rushed them through after the FBI and Homeland Security warned of extremist threats to attack the U.S. Capitol again today and remove Democrats. Conspiracy theorists believe Donald Trump will return to power today. Inauguration used to be held on March 4th. The Capitol complex is still under heavy security in place since the January 6th riot. 6,000 National Guard troops remain in D.C.
That mission continues under its current form until the 12th of March.
The House shutting down early to be safe. Threats to lawmakers are up over 90% this year.
People are deeply concerned about what potential threats could be out there.
But the Senate is working today. Debate on the American Rescue Plan could be delayed 10 hours. One lawmaker will force the clerk to read the entire 700-page bill first.
It's not about delaying things. It's about educating the public in terms of what this bill is and what this bill isn't.
President Biden has agreed to limit direct payments to Americans earning $80,000 or less and couples earning twice that. 20 hours of debate starts after that bill is read, which could push a vote on the $1,400 checks and other relief into the weekend. I'm Tracy Potts, 17 News.
More on that election bill that was passed overnight. The so-called For the People Act passed the House 220 to 210. One Democrat and all House Republicans voted against it. The bill would expand access to voting by creating automatic voter registration, while also expanding access to early and absentee voting. It would restore voting rights of formerly incarcerated Americans and also restrict partisan gerrymandering. Additionally, the bill would prevent members of Congress from serving on corporate boards and require presidents to release tax returns. The bill now heads to the Senate. 17 Crime Watch now. A vigil was held yesterday evening to honor a mother who was gunned down at a local park last weekend. Family and friends of Shaniva Riley gathered at Wayside Park to remember her and plead for someone to come forward and identify her killer. Riley died when someone fired into a crowd during a memorial for her brother-in-law. Last night's vigil was organized by the Wendell Davis Foundation, founded in memory of a local teen killed over a decade ago.
Man, we living in a time where we can't even come hang out. Be proud of where you come from your town. But being proud don't mean I gotta kill somebody. Right. We gotta be better.
The memorial was also attended by District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer, the nonprofit Mothers Against Gang Violence, and Patrick Jackson, president of the Bakersfield NAACP. Anyone with information on the shooting can call BPD at 327-7111, or you can remain anonymous and call the Secret Witness Hotline, 322-4040. The Bakersfield Police Department needs your help finding a driver and vehicle involved in a hit and run. BPD says it happened at the Chevron on the corner of Rosedale Highway and Callaway Drive on November 1st. The vehicle is described as a 2002 dark green Jeep Liberty, and BPD says the suspected driver is a woman between 30 and 33 years old, roughly 230 pounds, with blonde hair. If you've seen this vehicle or a woman, you are urged to call BPD at 327-7111. From our 17 follow-up file now, it has been 73 days since two brothers were reported missing from their home in California City. Bakersfield police recently became the lead agency on the case to find Orrin and Orson West. Members of the biological family say they wish BPD had taken over the investigation sooner.
They have crime units, they have detectives, they have manpower now. They have the resources that, this case needs.
Although the heart of the case now lies in Bakersfield, the stories touched hearts across the nation. Wills has been making and sending out banners for the boys. She says a woman in Bakersfield paid her to make 200 banners. They've already sent out almost 100 of them, 15 going outside the state. There are now 4 billboards up in Kern County seeking information on the boys. A 5th is in Lancaster. That one was put up over the weekend by a YouTuber from New York. Despite the nationwide attention, police have yet to identify any suspects in this case. If you know anything about the boys, you're urged to call the Secret Witness Line, area code 661-322-4040, or you can call the Bakersfield Police Department. The debate continues today over the implementation of Kern County's new oil and gas ordinance. Kern Citizens for Energy is hosting a virtual discussion advocating for oil expansion in Kern County. This comes days before the Kern Board of Supervisors is set to vote on an oil and gas permitting ordinance, which would add more than 40,000 new wells in the county by 2036. Last month, the Kern County Planning Commission voted 4-0 to recommend adding more oil wells here at home, but the ordinance is getting major pushback by environmental activists. We'll have full coverage of the panel discussion later today on 17 News at 5. And happening tonight, Bakersfield College is kicking off Women's History Month with a discussion and a panel. The panel includes local women who will share their influences, challenges, and successes and words of advice for younger women. You can check it out on BC's YouTube channel starting at 6 p.m. City officials were primarily focused on affordable housing during last night's city council meeting. The council voted to approve several housing projects, including an agreement with consulting firm Eco Northwest to complete a comprehensive affordable housing strategy with the goal of speeding up housing production. The council also voted to approve setting aside nearly $11.5 million for an emergency rental assistance program to help residents impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Over the past year, the Kern County Public Works Department has been working to start a Keep America Beautiful affiliate. The Kern Board of Supervisors approved the organization, and now it's looking for 10 people to serve on the committee. According to the website, Keep America Beautiful strives to end littering, improve recycling, and beautify America's communities. The Public Works Department said applicants must uphold the mission to improve the cleanliness of the county and enhance the overall health of its citizens. The 2-year appointment will include recommending policies to the Board of Supervisors. If you're interested in applying, we have a link on our website, kget.com. Education news now, and the Panama Buena Vista Union School District is getting ready for a big day. 17's Ileana Capellan joins us now in studio with the latest. Good morning, Ileana.
Good morning, Maddie. Today is a day many students, parents, and schools have been anticipating for almost a year now. Schools are beginning their reopening phases, and here locally, the Panama Buena Vista Union School District has been preparing for this moment. Last Saturday, PBVUSD, in conjunction with Express Pharmacy, hosted the district's first COVID-19 vaccine clinic. They vaccinated well over 300 district employees and have their second vaccine clinic set for this Saturday, March 6th, in the district's boardroom on Ash Road. Future dates will be set as the vaccines become available, and more clinics will be held to administer the second dose of the vaccine. There is no cost to employees, and they are receiving the Moderna vaccine. They say the goal is to vaccinate all interested employees efficiently so that they may return to students and school while keeping employees and the community safe. Now, this vaccination effort is just one of many steps the district is taking to keep students and staff safe during their reopening process. Later on this show and during our 6 o'clock hour, we'll hear from the Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, Jennifer Irvin, and Principal of Old River Elementary, Ms. Kathy Josephson, to learn more about the district's safety measures and the timeline for when all students are expected back on campus. For now, in studio, Ileana Capian, 17 News.
Welcome back here at 5:20. An update now on a crash that killed 13 people in Imperial County on Tuesday. Border Patrol agents are linking the fatal crash to a border breach. 25 people were traveling in the same vehicle and are suspected to have entered the U.S. illegally. CBP released this photo showing a 10-foot section down in the international boundary fence between Mexico and the U.S. According to the agency, surveillance footage showed two vehicles leaving the area shortly after 6 o'clock Tuesday morning in proximity of the breach. About an hour later, the California Highway Patrol requested assistance with a collision involving one of those vehicles. The President, Vice President, and Secretary of Transportation will meet with a bipartisan group of House members on infrastructure today. The meeting comes as President Biden plans to ask Congress to invest heavily in infrastructure. Transportation officials say close to half of U.S. roads are in poor or mediocre condition, and more than a third of U.S. bridges need repair or replacement. Making headlines around the world now, a Japanese billionaire has launched a search for 8 people to join him as the first private passengers on a trip around the moon. Yusaku Maezawa is planning the week-long voyage for 2023. In a promotional video released yesterday, he said the project will give more people from around the globe a chance to join this journey. The first stage of the selection process runs to March 14th, with applicants needing to pass medical checks and eventually an interview with Maezawa. The entrepreneur is paying the entire cost of the voyage on SpaceX's next-generation reusable launch vehicle, dubbed the Starship.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back here at 525 in your Business Watch. If you had a drop in income this past year or had a child, you may be eligible for more stimulus from previous rounds of COVID relief. You should file your return quickly to take advantage of a recovery rebate credit. However, if you made more money in 2020, it could make you ineligible for a stimulus payment. And with the Senate set to take up the next relief round this week, the qualifying income may change. Singles making close to $75,000 or couples with a household income of $150,000 may want to delay filing their returns. Home, a word that's meant more to many over the past year as COVID-19 forced Americans inside for work, school, and everything. Tight quarters and closed amenities are pushing city dwellers to the burbs. Others are simply taking advantage of the market and buying a larger home. NBC's Dan Sheneman has the details.
As millions of Americans started working from home, many realized their home wasn't working for them.
Based off of essentially not being able to leave your home, there's suddenly a realization of, well, what is the utility in a home and what can I get out of it?
Living rooms and kitchens doubling as makeshift offices and classrooms push families to look for something more functional.
We're going to have a migration of people out of the city who are actually going to appreciate wanting more space.
Add in historically low interest rates, and you have the perfect storm for a pandemic housing boom.
That's why you're seeing a sudden move to more suburban environment where, quite frankly, you get more space for less dollars.
Mortgage lenders like LoanSnap focus on helping Americans improve their financial situation while buying a new home or refinancing their current one.
Our whole focus is to analyze your financial situation and do our best to improve it mortgage being a part of that solution, but we look at your overall financial picture.
Using sophisticated artificial intelligence to analyze to thousands of data points, including income, credit card debt, and home value, LoanSnap is often able to approve a mortgage in a matter of minutes. Maximizing cash-out options along with the lowest rates, LoanSnap saved its customers nearly $35 million last year alone.
We actually even have a rate guarantee. So even if you do get a better rate somewhere else, we'll meet or beat it.
But you have to move fast if you're thinking about a new home. Inventory across the country is tight. New listings often triggering bidding wars hours after hitting the market. Dan Sheneman, NBC News.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.